After years of loneliness following the death of his wife, Emmanuel, a wealthy, charming man in his early 50s, decided to open his heart again. His home, once filled with the laughter of his late spouse, had turned into a quiet mansion echoing with memories. Despite his age, Emmanuel's charisma had not faded. Known for his successful real estate business and sophisticated demeanor, he soon caught the attention of Leona, a stunning woman in her early 30s with magnetic beauty, sharp wit, and ambition that rivaled his own. Leona came into Emmanuel's life like a breath of fresh air. With long flowing hair, eyes that could stop time, and a mysterious aura, she made everyone pause when she entered a room. Their romance blossomed quickly. She admired his confidence and stability, while he adored her elegance and intelligence. Within months, they were married in a private but extravagant ceremony attended by politicians, celebrities, and the city's elite. Leona moved into Emmanuel's mansion and began managing public relations for his company. At first, everything felt perfect. Emmanuel showered her with gifts and affection, and Leona felt like she had stepped into the life she had always dreamed of. But beneath the surface, cracks slowly started to form, ones even Leona didn't see coming. As Leona settled into her role, she started working closely with a new intern named Ayo, a 24-year-old graphic designer fresh out of university. Ayo was tall, fit, and had a quiet charm. His dark, thoughtful eyes and calm demeanor made him stand out. He was polite, focused, and showed immense potential. At first, Leona noticed him only as part of the team. But as days turned into weeks, she found herself watching him more closely. His subtle confidence, respectful attitude, and the way he smiled at her jokes sparked something she couldn't ignore. She dismissed it as harmless curiosity. After all, she was a married woman. But deep inside, a storm began to stir. Their interactions were always professional until they weren't. One day, after a long meeting, they found themselves alone in the conference room. Ayo helped her carry some documents and their fingers brushed. It was an innocent touch, but it lingered. Both felt it. A silence fell. Their eyes met. Then she smiled and said, "Thank you, Ayo," breaking the moment. Leona tried to distance herself. She focused on work, attended social events with Emmanuel, and reminded herself of her vows. But Ayo's presence was like gravity. The more she resisted, the stronger it pulled her. She began to notice the little things, how Ayo always stood when she entered the room, how he remembered her coffee preference, how he defended her ideas in meetings. A friendship started to blossom. They laughed during lunch breaks, shared stories about life and dreams. Still, a line remained, thin but present. Late one evening, while everyone had left the office, Leona stayed behind to finish some work. Ayo had too. Rain poured outside, power flickered. She offered him a ride home. In the car, the silence was louder than ever. Then he spoke. "You're different from everyone here. I admire you, Mrs. Leona." Her name on his lips sent a chill down her spine. She responded quietly, "Leona's fine." Back home, Leona's marriage was showing signs of wear. Emmanuel had grown distant, often away on business, missing dinners, forgetting anniversaries. The passion they once shared had faded into formality. One night, Leona overheard Emmanuel on the phone, laughing in a tone she hadn't heard in months. "No, don't worry. She won't suspect anything," he said. Her heart froze. In the following weeks, she found receipts from upscale hotels, messages on his tablet from women she didn't know. The betrayal stung, but it didn't surprise her. Emmanuel had always been admired by women, and maybe he had never stopped entertaining them. Leona didn't confront him, not yet. Something inside her shifted. The guilt she once felt when thinking about Ayo started to dissolve. It happened on a Friday evening. The office was empty again. Ayo brought her tea as usual. She looked tired and he noticed. "Rough week?" he asked. She sighed. "More than you know." He stepped closer. "You don't deserve to be tired. You deserve to be appreciated." Their eyes met again. There was no stopping it. He reached out, gently brushing a strand of hair from her face. She didn't move. The kiss that followed was soft, slow, filled with years of silence and unsaid words. That night changed everything. The affair began, not in lust, but in aching need. Leona found comfort in Ayo's arms, a kind of peace she hadn't felt in years. Ayo was mature beyond his age, sensitive, and deeply in tune with her. They shared stolen weekends in hidden getaways, long drives outside the city, and whispered dreams in each other's arms. The affair remained hidden, but not for long. Emmanuel was too focused on his own exploits to notice at first, but whispers began to spread in the office. Leona and Ayo tried to remain discreet, but eyes noticed. Eventually, Emmanuel heard. He didn't explode. Instead, he played a game of manipulation. He set traps, tested her loyalty, and used private investigators. When he finally confronted her, she didn't deny it. "You betrayed me," he said, voice cold. "You betrayed me first," she replied. The divorce was ugly. Emmanuel tried to destroy her reputation, but Leona had proof of his affairs too. She fought back with class and precision. Months later, Leona and Ayo moved to a quiet coastal town. They rented a cottage overlooking the sea. There was no grand mansion, no fancy parties, just peace. Ayo started freelancing for design firms while Leona opened a small boutique spa. They lived simply but deeply. They cooked together, read books on the porch, walked barefoot on the beach. Sometimes, late at night, Leona would think about the chaos she left behind. But she never regretted the choice. What started as forbidden love had become a bond built on truth. Love, she realized, wasn't always about beginnings. Sometimes it was about the courage to choose something better, when you least expect it, and when the world tells you not to.